Okay, once you've got your kettlebell swing down, then we're learning the clean. Once we've got a clean down, then we're learning the snatch. Once you've got all of those down, you have choices to make. What do you want to learn next? Maybe you want to work on some offset stuff, where I've got one foot kind of behind the other, really putting a lot more load on one side. You can do a lot of that stuff. Maybe it's more lateral moving stuff, so I'm still staying in my standard stance, but I'm going to move around that stance. Or maybe it's actually like rotational stuff. There's lots of different things that we can learn, lots of different directions that we can head with our training, right? So, one of the clients asked for lateral swings. So let's go over a few different exercises we can do to build towards that. Now, I find it easier to do rotational stuff as opposed to going straight into the lateral. So the first thing I want you to learn, I want you to look at your feet. I want you to pivot on the ball of your foot like you're a boxer, okay, like you're going to throw a punch, if that reference works for you. You're going to have the bell in the rack position here. You're just going to project it out. You're going to give it that little bump, that little push, swing to the other side and bring it back up. Okay? Let the motion just kind of happen. Just go with it. Now be careful you don't bend and break your posture. You don't want to lose your back in there. And be careful that you don't throw it out so much that it tries to rip you this way. You're just doing the same thing like you would for a clean. Just that little turn of the hand to get it moving. Whee, boink. Right? From there, once we have that, then we can actually move in and start doing more of a real lateral swing. So the motion we want is going to be very similar to that good morning drill that we do a lot. Okay, we hinge here like this, and eventually that turns into this type of thing, and eventually we've got that all the way down. Well, we're going to be using a very similar motion. As it goes past, I'm going to bend one leg and extend the other to get it past. And we'll just come right here. Just moving it side to side. And eventually, we can really throw our weight behind it and get it moving. Okay? Once we kind of feel that pendulum motion, we're able to start it from the ground. And that's really where you want to be. You want to have the bell something like a kettlebell's length away from your body. So you have to come down and reach for it. Just like when we cast the bell, we're reaching out a little bit. Same thing here. I'm getting that connection. I'm pulling my lat down. I've got my butt back. My back is straight. And then we're going to pop straight up this way, but turning it across. So I'm still using this pop of my hip to make it move, but I'm guiding the bell at a bit of an angle, letting my weight shift a little bit. Okay, so we're here, it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. Once you get that, and that feels pretty good, cool, of course, try both sides, all that good stuff. Then we're going to turn it into a clean. So now you can actually do something with it if you're going to put it in some sort of a flow or something like that. You can touch it to the ground here, boom, up, turn your body to get that clean. So just like that first drill we did where we were going side to side, we're coming up and we're rotating our body to face to our right to catch it. Then you can bring it back to center for whatever it is you're doing. Eventually, you won't have to do that. You'll just come out and bring it around. But when you're first learning it, bring it out, rotate it. Okay? Work through that in a nice, slow, controlled pace, right? Your first workout, you're just learning to rotate, move, eventually adding the actual lateral swing, you know, but just kind of that little bounce back and forth, that little pendulum motion. And then eventually bring it to the ground, bring it up. Once you've got it something like, I don't know, nipple height, shoulder height, something like that, Then you can start really turning and following the bell as it comes across to pull it into your body for that clean. Once you have the clean, you're set. You should be able to do whatever you want. You can turn that into a snatch. Whichever way you want to do it. Right, all that's going to exist for you. And then you'll be able to turn it into plenty of other things. So into our swing, we can toss it out and around like this. Right, once it's here, we learn how to bring it around here. Start letting it go. Out, up, down, up into the snatch. Got lots of variations we can do once we learn the lateral swing and how to rotate with it. So lots of fun stuff there. If that's the direction you want to go more flow, or you want to get into juggling, this is some groundwork stuff that you're going to have to learn how to do, how to turn, how to rotate, how to swing laterally, before you can really get into the really fun stuff. You see lots of people doing stuff where they flip it around and they turn and they move and they do all this stuff. You got to start somewhere. You got to start slow.